You ever wonder why some listings just won't sell? I'm going to be covering that in this video. There's nothing more frustrated than having a seller blame you when their home doesn't sell or when no one's showing up to see it. I've been there myself. Early on, I had a beautiful listing in a great neighborhood and nothing. No showings, no nothing, and I could feel the tension from the sellers mounting. It's tough when sellers start doubting your work, especially when nobody is coming through the door. Over time, I realized that most agents miss one of three core reasons why a home doesn't sell. And missing even one of these could cost you thousands of dollars in GCI because the house doesn't sell, and potentially damage your reputation too, okay? So today I would like to share with you those three reasons with you, and more importantly, how you can change each one of them to never have an unsold listing again. Plus, I'm going to share with you a simple expectation you can add to your listing pitch that changed everything for me, and I promise it's going to do the same for you. If you're serious about dominating your market, watch this video right until the end. Okay, let's set the scene. You have a great property, you're marketing it, and still no offers or no showings. What's going wrong? What's coming up? Well, it boils down to three things, as I mentioned. When you truly understand them, you're never gonna have an unsold listing again. So the very first thing is presentation, okay? That is the first reason why a house hasn't sold. However, if you're the type of person like me, you've already gone over this in the listing presentation at the importance of how a property sells. It's everything really. If you're going to be spending your marketing dollars, you have to ensure that the seller is going to be making sure the house looks clean, decluttered, because they're part of the team, right? You could spend all this money over here marketing the property and get people to the property. However, if they do not keep their house clean, decluttered, if it smells funny, then the house is not going to sell. This is exactly why I break my listing presentations into two separate appointments. The very first listing appointment is me interviewing the potential client that I'm going to have to see how they have their house, to see what it looks like, to see if they actually keep it clean, to see if they have a lot of decluttering to do, to see if it smells funny, to see if there's any smells in the basement, because I don't want to be putting in all my time and effort into their property if it's not actually going to sell, okay? So it's me interviewing them just as much as they are interviewing me. So this is the very first thing. We have to ensure that the presentation is good, okay? That the presentation is gonna be nice when they look at it online. That is the very first thing, and before you even list the house, the presentation should be there. So that should be a non-negotiable. However, if a house isn't selling, this could be the number one reason why. Okay, number two, I will write down here. Number two, market conditions. The market conditions are always changing, okay? So this could be the number two culprit. Now, in any market, a house could sell. That's for sure, okay? However, when we were in COVID, houses were selling really quickly. Months of inventory was like 0.5 of a month. So every 15 days, if nothing came to market, everything would have been off the market. So knowing where the market is at, staying on top of that, and knowing if stuff is moving or not, knowing your months of inventory is really important. And you can pre-frame this again in your listing presentation. However, even in any market condition, as I mentioned, houses can sell. That's not the real issue here. What it typically is going to come down to in any market condition is number three. Price, okay? That is the third and the biggest thing essentially is the price, okay? If you are not priced properly, even in an up or down market, it's not gonna sell, okay? If you're way overpriced. So this is why we set expectations when we first go to meet with our clients, that this could be an adjustment that we're gonna make. Here's the average days on market, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's 25 days now. If it presents well and it's priced properly, it should move within 25 days. Okay, so we're pre-framing with that. And we let them know that houses will sell in any type of market condition. Typically what it is though, when a house isn't selling, it will be because you either don't have the presentation, it doesn't look right, or it smells funny, which we've already tackled that. Your house looks great, your house looks good. So it's coming down to price. And I always leave this as the third thing that I discuss because it's the thing that I would like them to remember. Usually when you're speaking with people, they remember the last thing that came out of your mouth. So we would like to, when we're presenting maybe a price improvement to their house, so they lower their price so we can get the property sold. And we've already shared this with them in the listing presentation. So they already know this. And then we come back to them in 2 or 3 weeks and we're still getting no showings, we're getting no activity. It comes down to price. It's not the fact that you haven't marketed the property. We all know that we put it out there, we put it out on the internet, we put it everywhere that we possibly can. And any active buyer that is looking will find the property, specifically if it's on realtor.ca. Okay, so it's always coming down typically to the price. And we can share this with our clients, okay? So that we don't, 30 days, 5 weeks down the road, they don't come back to us and go, hey, how many people have been looking at the property? Where are you posting? And you can start to feel that tension that they're attempting to blame you that you haven't been marketing their property properly. Now we can avoid that because we've already shared with them what are the 3 reasons why. And really it's the presentation and price. Market conditions are changing. We explain that to them, but it's only 3 different reasons why a property hasn't sold. Okay, so this, I believe, if you add this into your listing presentation, this will make a massive difference on whether you can sell your client's house or not. And it's gonna let you know where they're at. Like, do you really want to take on a listing that's 100, 200,000 more than you know that it'll sell for? Specifically, if it's a challenging market, do you really want to take that on and have that listing and then have to nurture that client? So you have to gauge all these factors when you are interviewing a potential seller to see if it's something that you would like to take on. Okay, especially if they would like a higher price than what you're showing houses will sell for. So consider this when you are doing your listing presentation. And these are the only 3 reasons why a house doesn't sell. And if you could tackle these early on and set the expectations, I promise you will be able to have more sold houses than any other agent in your local market, okay? Now, let me know if you like this video. Comment below, give me a thumbs up. I'd like to hear from you and hear if you'd like this video because I'll continue to do videos like this. And if you're looking to generate leads, I've gone ahead and shot this video here. It talks about 4 different quadrants, how you can generate leads. And specifically, if you are a new agent, this will build your business long-term. So make sure you watch this video if you would like to learn all the lead systems out there that'll be more fruitful for you long-term. Watch this video here. Okay, I'm Nick Doherty and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.